It's Therapy Thursday.
And we're getting to know Julie Christman, LPC. Hey everybody, welcome to Lake Area Counseling. I'm Joel Doherty.
And I'm Julie Christman.
And we're so excited that you are joining us today. And I'm particularly excited because we have Julie on as a special guest, telling us about her coming on with Lake Area Counseling as our first and as our best therapist. And I am just super, super excited that she's here. And Julie and I, we've known each other for a long time. We go way back. We were in grad school together. And we were talking earlier, I really appreciated Julie's heart in grad school. Julie, I had a therapist, actually I was in therapy before, and he told me, he said, you pay for my services, but the love is free. And it really kind of stuck with me. And that's kind of my therapy approach is you pay for the services I provide, but there's heart behind what I do. The love that I give you is free, and when we were in grad school together, I really got that from you. Like, you had the skill, you knew the modality, you were learning what you needed to learn, but there was heart behind it. You genuinely cared for your clients. And actually my girls, we had like this little practice class where we were observed or whatever, and my girls were kind of practice clients, my kids. And they just loved you, and they just talked about what a good rapport you had with them, and I really see that heart in your approach with your clients, how you really love your people. So what I wanted to do today is I just wanted to take a few minutes just to get to know Julie a little bit better. So tell us about yourself, about your therapy approach, and your counseling philosophy.
Okay, Joel, thank you for all of those things you said. I really appreciate that, and I appreciate the same thing in you of really caring about the clients. And it's always been my dream to be a counselor. I was a teacher most of my career. I went back to school, and I've been a counselor about 5 years now. And I've always had a passion for therapy and for helping people recover and heal. And as far as my technique, what I do is I like to get a really in-depth history of people and try to go back to the cause of whatever their problems are, whether it's anxiety, depression, some kind of trauma. I really like to go to the cause and try to work out where these things started, go through any unresolved grief you might have about those things, and then use some cognitive techniques to change any limiting beliefs you might have and replace those beliefs with some more positive beliefs, and then use a variety of other techniques to help people recover, heal based on their personality. Different things work for different people, so I'm flexible on that. And it's not a cookie cutter for every person. It's a creative, this is a scientific and creative process too, where we have to adjust for every person because every person's unique. I'm really excited about the faith aspect. The reason I joined Lake Area Counseling is because I think the faith part of your healing process is important, and most people use that anyway in regular counseling. Also, I'm married. I've been married 21 years. I have 3 children. I'm from the New Orleans area. Moved here 11 years ago with my husband, who's from this area, and I'm happy that my kids have had a chance to grow up in this wonderful community, and I'm happy to be here.
One of the big reasons I was excited that Julie came on was the fact that she's a woman. I mean, obviously, and I'm not, obviously. And sometimes in a counseling situation, not saying that, men can't counsel men or women can't counsel men, but sometimes it's just nice to have somebody of the same gender who just understands you and gets you. Because Julie, I know men are from Mars, women are from Venus, or whatever the saying is. We are 2 different mindsets in a lot of things. So one of the things that you do is you specialize in women's issues. Tell us a little bit more about that. What does that mean in counseling women?
Okay. Joel, when I say women's issues, I mean issues that come up in counseling as women, and that's a passion of mine. I have treated a lot of women that have been through sexual abuse, sexual trauma, which also can be a man's issue. But sometimes women feel more comfortable talking to a woman about those type of issues. But it could also be things just like being a mother, being a mom, being a working mom. Problems with your spouse, which also could be addressed in couples counseling. But just there's certain things women feel more comfortable talking to women about, and occasionally women will, or a lot of times women will request a women's counselor if they're dealing with those type of issues. And so yeah, it's a wide range of issues, but it's an area I'm particularly passionate about. I've been through counseling myself for a lot of these things. And yeah, it's just a service we want to have available for women to feel, more comfortable in their therapy.
So Julie, you had mentioned that couples counseling is one of your specialties. You see a lot of couples, and I get a lot of phone calls from women who are just kind of at their wits' end with their husband. They may be in an abusive situation. They may have a husband who just won't do anything, who doesn't show any affection to them, and they're just contemplating divorce. They're wondering what they should do. What would you tell a woman who comes into your office? What counsel would you give them regarding a dysfunctional marriage? And maybe the husband doesn't even want to come to counseling. What would you say?
Okay. Well, of course, it would depend on the situation, and I would have them come in and we would evaluate all the aspects of the marriage, and it could be various levels. Like I've seen people that were newlyweds that were just wanting to just improve things a little bit, or improve their communications, just tweak a few things, and those are great because you can work on so many things before any problems start, or before some major problems start. To one where, like you say, the one person wants to work on the marriage, the other one's saying, oh, it's all your fault, you need to go work on yourself. And in that case, I would just say, well, let's just work on your side of it for now. I mean, I always think there's two people in any marriage, and it's whatever the problems are, it's going to be both people's, or contributing to some extent to it. But for now, we could just say, well, let's just work on your side of it, clean your side of the street, so to say, and and see if there's anything in your life you can work on that would help you be a healthier person, regardless of not just the marriage, just kind of, work on your side of it. Hopefully at some point that person would want to come in and work on their part of it. And really, if both people are willing to work on it, so many things can be overcome. It could be infidelity, previous addiction. There are so many things that can be overcome. But I do get some concern when there's one person that just doesn't take any responsibility at all. Then that can be a little concerning, because like I say, both people need to put some work in it. No one's perfect. Everyone has flaws. There's always something we could work on. And then the more extreme level is someone might come in and they're in an abusive situation. They're in danger. Their kids are in danger. And in that situation, maybe they would have to separate, even if it was just to make the person realize, look, you need to get help, or we can't be together. It doesn't mean that the marriage is going to end in divorce, but sometimes the separation for really extreme, abusive, or, person with an addiction that someone's enabling might be the answer. And that person at that point might realize they need to get help and get the help they need. So it is so variable depending on the situation. But, there's always hope.
Right. And hope is something that we talk a lot about around here. Mm-hmm. And I love that. There's always hope. And I think me and Julie, we have that in common, in believing that the situation is never too far gone to where, God obviously can't intervene. And actually our catchphrase around here is hope unlimited. And we believe that hope is unlimited. And I believe that if you're a woman today and you're going through something, give Julie a call, 337-282-0411, or visit lakeareacounseling.com. And Julie, it was so great to have you on today, and I'm so
Thank
excited that you're
you.
here with us. And I just know that God's got great plans for you here at Lake Air Counseling, and you're gonna touch a lot of people for sure.
Well, thank you. I'm really excited and hope to see you soon.
All right, everybody, we'll see you soon. Bye bye.
Bye-bye.